everyone, thank you all so much for coming for this divine downloads. I'm Adjwoa, the mystical deity. Those of you already know me. It's good to have you here. Subscribe and share, like if you like the content. What else do I need to say? I think that's it. Let's go straight to the divine download that I got. So this has been like a build-up thing that's been happening for like a week now. And it all started with the fact that a decision, somebody called me and was talking to me about a decision that they need to make about somebody in their life that they don't need to be with anymore. But yet the person is still in their home and stuff like that. So as I was tapping in to give him the solutions that I normally will, I heard it very loud and clear that you need to look at a situation from the angle of how God will look at it. Sometimes when people are being difficult or causing a low vibrational energy around you, you need to step back and, as someone on a spiritual path, start to look at the situation from how God will look at it. So that was how the divine download started to flow. And then the next thing I heard was the God mind. And I already knew that it was talking about the third eye. Because when you start to look at things from what they are not telling you rather than what they are saying to you behind the scenes, then things start to become even deeper. It's a different layer. And then even going besides that and looking at it like, how will divine see this? Because if divine loves us all, whether you see divine as whatever it is to you, and we're all children and parts of divine, then there are infinite ways that you can look at every situation. One of the things that gets us trapped as spiritual beings is that maybe we only see from a point of view because we think we're in alignment spiritually, and so whatever our decisions are the right decisions. Not necessarily, because divine is not one mind. You cannot put your hand on it. So there's so many ways that things can be resolved. So long as you see it from the point of divine, which is not just from what you can see, then you've opened up your mind to show you infinite ways of solving a situation. So then I left that situation. I told him, look, think of this person as if they were your sister. Think of them as if, you know, from the God mind, like the download came as I told him. And then I left it alone, and later on, as I was sitting there, more download, more information was coming. I think this message came straight from Archangel Michael, because I was thinking about protection, something like that. And then it was like, nobody, because actually it stemmed from the same conversation that I had with this person, and how divine was still talking to me after I had gotten off the phone with this person. And divine was like, no one, it was so clear, no ritual, no ritual pretty much, or juju or spiritual spell can penetrate a strong conviction of mind. Now that's something you need to sit down and think about. In other words, when you are strong in yourself as a spiritual being, and I'm speaking to those who have actually woken up spiritually, not the people that have not done the spiritual work by opening up their chakras, especially their third eye. Sometimes it works for them even. So imagine you who are awakened as a spiritual entity, knowing that you are a spiritual entity first. Once you make up your mind on anything, and you stand firm in conviction that, hey, I am going to attain this, or hey, I am going to stop this, you have already created the biggest, strongest juju in the whole world. And when I say juju, I mean spell. And that spell in itself comes with its own what? Protection shield. So no matter what anybody shoots at you mentally, because all spells come from the mind. And that is why you always have to step back to the same thing that Divine said, God mind, to solve any situation. When you're working on standing firm in your conviction and making decisions, you are actually using your God mind, because that is the most powerful mind, right? That nothing can penetrate. And that's why when God says you are meant to do this, no matter what you do, how you fall off, how you turn things around, you're going to end up doing the same thing. So that is the same thing that comes to you when you make decisions in conviction. With all your strength and inner knowing and power, and say something, nothing will penetrate that. So no matter what anybody does to try to deter you, you are protected by your own decision making, by tapping into the power of your God mind. Using that to make decisions and standing firm will materialize without any obstruction. So that was the bottom line to the divine download that I got. What I can say is that I'll add a personal message to this, and I'll cut it short because this is a very short message. As a Leo, everybody knows that my strongest power is my strength. Sometimes I will exude physical strength and do all the man work that intimidates certain male figures around me. But really my strength lies in what? Here, my decision making and my will to stand firm on what I want to do and stay resilient to that. So everybody also knows this about Leos, that people come for Leos really badly. People get jealous of Leos. People get jealous of Leo's shine, blah, blah, blah. You know, because Leos will come off like, hey, I know what I'm doing, and they are confident, and people can't stand a confident person. But the bottom line to all this to you that I'm trying to say from my personal experience is that every time I make a decision that I'm going to accomplish something, and I stick to it and I do it, I applied my God mind. And because of the strength of mind and conviction in decision making, I always make it through the end. No matter how difficult it is, I finish it. I persevere with all that gets thrown at me. And don't think that nothing is going to get thrown at you. It's going to come left, right, center. But if you have the strength of your own conviction, which is your solar plexus strength, nothing that gets thrown, it will, bend it. It could smash it a little. It could even scratch it and all that. But the bottom line is that I keep going. Because if I was not someone that had that resilience in my decision making, I wouldn't be where I am today with a lot of things that I have accomplished or that I'm doing now in my life. So people are going to talk smack to you because you stay firm with yourself. People are going to realize that you are impenetrable, and they will give you names like you're stubborn, you don't listen, they can't control you, they can't tell you what to do, you don't listen to anybody. I mean, people are going to come at you in so many ways. You think you're all that, you think you know it all. Just because you have a conviction in your mind, you have a goal set in your mind that you're going to do something. People don't see the hard work or whatever it is that you're doing. All they see is when you say anything positive about yourself or about your convictions, they jump on that. So they come trying to break you down in all these other angles. So my advice to you is that when you make up your mind, be ready. Because the people admire people who can say they're going to do something and do it. And when you do it, they still have issues with it. And they try to come at you in so many angles. So be very, 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 very firm on staying in your God mind and making decisions in your God mind. Because just like how, according to Christians, Satan always come and tempt, is the same thing. Anytime you step into God power, God mind, believe me, you got opposition coming. And it's going to come with all your weaknesses. Like if you were lazy, it will come. Someone will bring something up about your laziness. If you are slacking, somebody will come with all your negative things that can bring you down. So are you ready to be that goddess, God that you are? Do you believe in the strength of your own mind and the decision that you make? And how strong do you stand firm behind it? A God does not recheck themselves. A God does not have to go and keep putting images of their manifestation into the universe. That's another thing, a whole new topic of this new manifestation thing where people constantly, it's like if I was God and you constantly show me, God, I want this, I want this, I want this. Don't you think that God will be irritated? It's the same thing with the universe. And that also comes with a form of what? Not trusting in your God mind. Once you've told the universe, which encompasses all things and all beings, the image through your God mind, through visualization or through speech or through written word or through any psychic sense, anything that is connected to your God mind, you've done the work. All you have to do is do what you can do, your part, and leave the rest to unfold with absolute belief, with no distraction. And when the distractions come, no, it's a distraction. That is a God that trusts in themselves. You think God second guess? You think that God wants to go back and change the tree and make the leaves go down and the stems stand up? That won't make sense. So stop second guessing yourself. Stop being weak within your own God power. Allow your strength to hold you down. Allow your conviction, which is your God power, God mind, all-seeing eye, to continuously protect, guide you, and also hold you down to accomplish your goals. That is the bottom line. And I'm seeing 333. That is the bottom line to what God was saying to me, or to what divine was saying to me, to what the angels was spilling to me about all of this. That in itself is protection. You shield it when you use it, your God mind. Looking at things from that perspective will allow you to always be fair with people and be fair in any situation, because you would get out of your own way, which is your physical being. You will get out of your way and you will see yourself like all of them. You will all be one entity, and that will change the way you make decisions and the way you see other people. You will see the flaws, you will see the weaknesses, you will see the greatness in all situations. No matter how disgusting the situation is, there is a solution. And in fact, there is infinite solutions to solve the problem. But you are in your way when you're not convicted in yourself and not seeing things from your God mind. What is the point in being on a spiritual path, having a spiritual gift, and not using it the right way? Or believing in that power that in which you've opened yourself up to? There's no point. So, fairness and all that, justice, truth, all that is part of the God mind. If you apply God mind, your decisions will make sense to everybody. No matter how they dispute it, once you speak it, it's like the truth. It's like that sword. I see the ace of sword right in front of me. When it cuts, it cuts. And you make people speechless. They don't have anything else to say, because what you said has solved the whole situation all the way around. So, how often do you realize that you are part of divine? And how often do you use that power that lies in you in decision making to protect yourself and to guide you in your life? How often, if you come to a tarot card reader you should be coming for confirmation, not for solutions, right? And that is how I'm even able to know who's in alignment with me. That's a call to justice by my phone ringing. Anything that you're doing, make sure that it is what God will do. It is what divine will do. It is how divine will solve it, okay? So if you gain nothing from what I'm saying, I'm going to cut this download short. Realize your power. Understand it. Embrace it. Don't let it scare you. And don't let it make you feel like you're better than anybody, because if it's truly a God mind, you would not see that at all. Because when you see things from God's perspective, you realize that the maggot is important just as the fly is important, just as you are important. Everybody's playing a role. So it's not about getting a chip on your shoulder. It's not about working from ego. It's about working from the space that is within you, that is pure goodness and pure evil all together, but at the same time balanced, okay? Because within God there is darkness, within darkness there is God. Everything has both sides. I'm sure this what I'm saying is deep and it's too much for you to handle. Oh, God has darkness. Yes, God has darkness. That's why God can say, according to the Bible, let's go to the Bible. That's why some gods can go and slay people. In actuality, isn't his rule about killing evil? But doesn't God kill people that break the rules as well? So let's not go into all of this. Don't get confused by this. Understand, the God mind is a balanced mind of what is right and what is not. Because in order for you to know what is right, you have to know what is wrong. So God in itself is a balanced being. So as a spiritual person, stop trying to be two old goody shoes. You have one dark shoe and one good shoe. In order for you to make a decision, you have to stay centered. Because if you don't see the darkness, how are you going to shield yourself and make decisions that protect you from the dark? And that means seeing the dark within yourself. So there is darkness and light in you. And I don't like using dark and light, but that is the simplest analogy I can use. God mind is a balanced, positive mind and negative mind that works hand in hand to bring peace, harmony, inclusion, and getting things in the flow. Understand that. Make decisions from there, and everything will be in alignment with the divine forces that is already in this planet, playing their role, which you are a part of. So that's how I'm going to end this. Use your God mind and nothing will break you. Thank you so much. I will definitely see you all soon. And without meditation, forget it. You need to meditate. You cannot tap into your God mind without meditating. I'm sorry. That's just it for me. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.